This mod completely transforms F125 into something new, something different, and simply put, has nothing to do with the original game. I present to you Formula Fantasy 25 by Venturi Studios. This will be linked down below, guys. All of their socials and the mod, which I believe releases today, will be linked down below. So go check it out if you have F125 on PC and you can mod, because this is incredible. Look at the menu splash page already without doing anything at all. Completely new presentation, new vistas with different drivers in new teams. Sainz, Antonelli and Valtteri Bottas on the splash page, and those race suits, a small preview of what's to come. Now for this video, I'm not going to lie, we're going to do 2 5-lap races, a very short bit of gameplay. I want to showcase the menus and everything that's new with this mod. So let's begin with some simple features. Right, we're going to start out with cars, and we are going to jump straight in to McLaren, specifically Santander McLaren Nismo Formula 1 team. Look at this. White, red, absolutely beautiful. Honestly, the level of detail on these liveries and creativity behind them is actually bonkers. Like, genuinely, this is a beautiful car. And the funny thing is we've only just started, because every single car in this mod is different. Next up, we have Ferrari, Scuderia Ferrari. No change, it's still them. There is no title sponsor or big title sponsor. There's no HP shenanigans. This is just good old-fashioned red Ferrari with some white highlights, which looks very nice, very crisp, very traditional, and very, very classic. Then we go to Nismo 2.0, the other Nismo kind of partner team, but this one is actually as a title sponsor. Nismo Red Bull Racing, which features a striking kind of off red, kind of pinkish red livery, which looks absolutely gorgeous. Really sexy car, very aggressive looking, and I think this one's going to really stand out on track, along with, of course, many other cars which you're going to see in this one, because the next car I think is my favorite of the entire mod. It's the T-Mobile Mercedes Formula 1 team. There's something special about T-Mobile as a brand in terms of the coloring and what they provide. You know, they look so striking, and that is indeed the case for an F1 car. Look at this Merc. It's astonishing how sexy it looks. But if you want striking, you want colors, you want something to really pop, Genesis Magma Racing. If you are a fan of the World Endurance Series, I believe, then you'll be familiar with this brand and car and livery. Wow, wow, wow. This is really popping. The kind of gradient from the yellow to the red to the rear, the orange in the middle, it's just insane. Really nice, vibrant, warm livery. And to be fair, the orange is quite fitting, because we have Repsol Williams GR, which of course GR part of Toyota, and they are kind of a low-key partner in this kind of team. You can see them on the front wing end plates here and there on the barge board. Very, very nice. This might be one of my favorite liveries of the entire mod, by the way. I love that they've made everything work, including the Atlassian on the Williams. But for all the color, we still have the monochrome, the black and white, the silver, the carbon, Rocket Rodin Motorsport. Now this one is also a real sleeper. I think this one at night tracks could look banging. The side pod is extremely detailed. I love the kind of white on there. It's a very subtle but nice touch, which I really, really love. And yeah, for those of you that don't enjoy colored grids or colored cars, this one is for you. But we have big name motorsport influencers. We go to Chip Ganassi Racing next up. Back onto the color, not as heavy as other cars, but still really standing out. It really pops. And yeah, this one looks really nice as well. I love the pink, the yellow and the blue. It actually works pretty well together. But that's not all. We have some huge manufacturers as we go to Volkswagen Factory Racing Motorsport as a team. Honestly, very simple to the point. I love a blue livery. I know you guys know my channel, my team, myself. I love a blue livery. This one ticks all the boxes. I mean, awesome. I love teams that are basically their own manufacturer and they kind of promote themselves, a bit like Haas, you know, in their own way. Volkswagen is covered with their own sponsor all over the car. And last but not least, an iconic modding favourite, Monster, is here in the form of Ford Andretti. Oh, this one is also absolutely sexy. The black and the green, very effective. All the different textures. I love the Monster logos on this car, and this one is honestly an absolute peach. Very much in the category of the Rocket Roading car, but those green highlights really pop, and I love small little touches like the Ford Performance logo on the halo as well. Very, very nice car. Now, let's talk about the drivers and race suits and helmets and gloves, etc. You get the picture. Now, this mod doesn't just have Formula Fantasy 25 as the F1 primary category. We have the Formula Junior 25 coming soon. Very, very cool that it's not just linked to F1. We're going to get the Junior category, also the feeder series. But let's talk about the big boys, the main cars. Now, for this one, we're going to do a couple of races. Like I said, just some 5-lappers to showcase some different tracks, because it's not just the cars, the drivers, the names, the tracks. Whilst the layout is the same, the visuals of the track have been completely transformed. So we're going to do a little couple of races in this one. Also, peep the background menu, by the way. I love the colors and the palette. It's really vibrant, really, really cool and striking. But let's go to Australia first, because why not? And let's go ahead and let's look at these drivers, shall we? So we're going to begin with McLaren. Carlos Sainz is back in the team, the smooth operator. By the way, again, you saw the suit in the main menu, but it looks super clean, super crisp. Helmet also to match with sponsors, and he is partnered with Lando Norris. Carl Lando is back together, running it back once again. Then we go to Ferrari next up, and for this one, Charles Leclerc still here. Love the suit as well. I love the kind of two-tone red gradient, but there's a certain Italian alongside, also with the corresponding helmet updates and logo changes. An Italian in a Ferrari, simply meant to be. Now, Red Bull, Nismo Red Bull Racing, big transformation for this team, which means big change in driver lineup. Isaac Hadjar, as you can see, with that incredibly striking suit, and partnering him is going to be Franco Colapinto. Note, this mod was developed before Franco was drafted back into Alpine, so this was kind of already set in stone earlier on. So yeah, that would explain why. Mercedes-Benz T-Mobile. Oh, this car is so good to look at, man. And we have Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen. Look at that suit. Helmet to match. This is a combo that I'm very, very keen on. And he's partnered with Alex Albon. This is actually quite fitting, because Alex Albon drives for Mercedes in my team career mode right now in the Mercedes team. So very nice. Also peep Albon's helmet as well. Very nice detail. Very nice touch. Genesis Magma. So for this one, Esteban Ocon is driving the suit, the helmet. It just works. It all comes together. And partnering him is George Russell, also with his Magma helmet colors. This one is a very spicy lineup, and I can't wait to see this car on track, to be fair. Then we go to Repsol GR Williams, and we have Pierre Gasly. Helmet still in design, as is Colapinto. Some of these are not totally finished yet. The mod is still in kind of, finishing stages. And then teammate Yuki Tsunoda, which is very interesting and very different seeing Yuki in the team. But of course, potentially you could argue the GR Toyota involvement, maybe as a Japanese brand wanting to pick him up. Possibly, I could see the link. I could see the vision. Then we go to Rodin, and this one, yeah, very simple. The suits, blackout suits with a few white highlights. Paul Aaron, custom helmet, of course, with the sponsors, looking incredible. And Ollie Behrman, also his helmet, especially, by the way, in the kind of blackout version, looking epic. Like really, really sexy, and I absolutely love it. Then after that, we go to Chip Ganassi, and I'm waiting to see what this one could be. So we have Richard Verschoor. Very interesting choice as a driver, and his partner is going to be Jose Maria Marti, who also drives in my team career, of course, in the Audi team. So yeah, very cool to see as well. Helmets to be finalized. Now, Volkswagen, this one's a big one. Big motorsport brand. Who is going to be piloting? It's going to be Gabriel Bortoleto, a very big name and a good signing for the future. And Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri, of course, confirmed for Cadillac in 26. Back in this mod which, by the way, they've added the mullet, the mustache. I don't know how they brought him back, but fair play. He is looking crisp. So, finally, last but not least, Monster Ford Andretti. Nico Hülkenberg. That helmet is tailor-made for this team. It's absolutely just made for this. And he's partnered with Oscar Piastri. I guess now we go see them on track.
It's finally time once again to begin what promises to be another thrilling season of Formula One action. Pre-season times, subject of so much discussion in recent weeks, mean nothing now, as the cars line up to battle it out for points once again. So let's get this season underway. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. It's a combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners, making it a very tricky track when it comes to overtaking. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Russell, Lando Norris, and Antonelli, Piastri, Leclerc, Hadjar, and Lance Stroll, Lawson, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Albon, Gasly, Ocon, Nico Hülkenberg, and Gabriel Bortoleto. Behrman and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Alongside me here in the commentary box today, former racing driver extraordinaire Naomi Schiff. So here we are then at Albert Park. It's a street track. Well, it's not, it's a park track. People go for a nice Sunday afternoon stroll, but not this weekend.
Well, what a wonderful location. And today the challenge for them is going to be that this is a street circuit. So the probability of safety cars are quite high. There is a little bit of room for risk, but not much. So stay out of trouble.
So you might have noticed a few things in that race intro, like the commentary lines, of course, for the drivers. I don't believe that can be changed, but other things to note. The Tommy Hilfiger Australian Grand Prix. All the sponsors around the track are completely new, fictional, redesigned. Whilst on track, I dare you to spot them and let me know which ones you noticed and which ones you really like. Also, other things to note. You saw on the grid, we have a red Aston Martin safety car. Not the Mercedes, it was the Aston Martin safety car. We're not going to see that car today as it's a 5-lapper. But I want to kind of showcase everything. Note here in this particular image, all the team wear has also been designed. The Mercedes crew, and also to my left, the Nismo Red Bull crew, and I believe just in front is the McLaren, Santander, and Ferrari crews. I could be wrong, I can't quite make out P1. It might actually be another Nismo Red Bull, but either way, we are driving in the T-Mobile Mercedes, which I want to do, and we are driving as Max Verstappen, so let's get to it. Right, here we go then. It's time. The Tommy Hilfiger Australian Grand Prix is off for a little 5-lap sprint. And we're underway. Colapinto defends the inside, nowhere for us to go. And we get overtaken around the outside by our teammate Alex Albon. Norris up to third in the McLaren. Let's see, as we head down towards turn 3. Try to have a little look there. Our way through as we head through the, of course, updated sponsors. All around the track, Albon, Colapinto fighting. We're going to try and move up on our teammate and regain that position, which we do. This livery is striking visually. Oh my god, in the sunlight it just completely pops, and we've got to run. And we're going to strike on Colapinto as we move up down the back straight, and we're going to get into 4th. So good recovery after a not so great start. Top 3, by the way. Absolutely just running away with it here. So we're going to have to try and close back in. Hopefully we can gain some time back. Right, come on. Nice and tidy through here. We've used a pretty significant bit of the battery already, so I don't really want to be using any more, but DRS enabled. That's going to be critical for this race and what is going to happen in the closing lap. So we need to try and close the distance. It's insane how different the tracks look with these sponsors all around it everywhere.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Alright, we've caught up. DRS is enabled, of course. We won't get that until the back straight, so just got to stay close until then. But it will be time to strike soon. Also note the, of course, modified timing tower in the top left. I'll also try to remember to leave the full timing tower on the replay cameras you see in this video, so you can see the entire grid's logos from top to bottom on the right side, and you're probably getting a much better look than I am from onboard of all the track sponsors everywhere around us. So yeah, this honestly is awesome. I can also tell you all the pit crews have been updated also, and I want to say the garages also, like literally everything has been transformed. I did mention before, like some of the helmets, the mod isn't 100% finished, but it's basically there. And yeah, I can also confirm it's running pretty freaking well, at least on my end. So I love that, you know, the mod's flawless with no issues. And now we're going to see if we can get some racing action. That's what I'm looking for here so far. Top 4 unchanged. We have dropped Colapinto, so he's out of DRS range, at least I think he is. We go quickest of everybody, and there is the action. Into turn 1, Hadjar gets overtaken by Antonelli in the Ferrari. So the young Italian racing off into the lead, and now Norris looking to strike on, of course, Hadjar in the Red Bull. Will we see him in the Red Bull next season in real life? That's the big question. Looks like we are. So potentially a little glimpse into the future. Either way, Kimi is running away. I'm trying to boom my way back up to full charge so that I can use it to attack and move into the podium places. And this might be our opportunity here. We show a straight line speed with Colapinto, and we're winding it up here. We've got the run. Oh boy, here we go. We're going to get boxed in. Can I try and open this up? Yes, I can. I thought about it. I'll yield, back off, and try to go again. Now the chicane. Not quite close enough. We'll live to fight another day. Verstappen moves into third. All good. Also, by the way, I can't wait to watch the replay of this, because I'm sure visually the cars are just going to pop. Like, it's going to be such a colourful grid. It makes you realise what we've lost over the years in terms of, you know, how beautiful the grid can be. And here we go, Hadjar, Antonelli, the future of Formula 1, duking it out in Formula Fantasy. Antonelli holds on, so now we're going to try and strike. We've got the run, we've got the slipstream on the car in front. I can't brake too late as we're limited by the car ahead, but we go around the outside and move up. Easy there, trying to catch some oversteer. And with basically a lap to go, we are positioning ourselves here for a race-winning position. There we go, F1's future versus F1's present. Verstappen v Antonelli. We're going to get the double DRS, and this might be our opportunity to peace out. Double DRS zone coming up. Not quite close enough. Norris moves up on Hadjar and makes a pass. Do we go now? I think we will. Antonelli defends. Braking super late there, but the T-Bone while Mercedes coming to a screeching halt. And now we just have to manage not having DRS for the last lap, which should be doable. Tires are still hanging with me here, so away we go as we brush the wall for the last lap of this Australian Grand Prix. Kimi closing in, but not enough. Just got to keep it nice and tidy now. That back straight's going to be critical. So we just have to keep it together through here. A bit of opposite lock, a bit of oversteer as we just manage the rear traction. Not sure if these tires are going to be overheating or not. No, they're not. Front left, rear left, looking okay. Purple sector 1 without a DRS, and we get a lovely run through that chicane. And now we're going to just drop the battery to see if we can try and keep a gap. And we're actually pulling away. Now Antonelli's going to have DRS, but we've given ourselves a great chance here with a huge gap into the chicane. Exit critical, and that will do. We'll use the last of the battery, and I think we're going to be home and dry. Watch the braking through here, back end sliding a little bit through the MasterCard logos, into the Avis logos and Cadbury in this new era of Formula 1. Final couple of corners, and now the final corner, and there we go. Max Verstappen still on top in Formula Fantasy.
And the best of British and the best on the track. It's George Russell who wins.
A young driver with so much talent, and we know just how hungry he is, just how much he's wanted it, and today he put it all together to get the victory.
It's what they've all been racing towards, waiting for them. High above the pit lane is our podium. And for the lucky three, it's time to stand on it. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell.
So there we go, race finished. You also heard on the sound bites how, they acknowledge it's actually George Russell, not Max Verstappen. Those are small things that either can't be changed because there are some limitations in the files, or maybe could be changed but needs a bit more work down the line. Either way, you got a great glimpse there of the podium with all the new race suits, the new presentation, also the pit crews and all the staff. It's insane, absolutely insane to look at. And yeah, let's do another race, one more for the road. And yeah, we're going to show you guys another team, another kind of look, and hopefully this time a night race.
Welcome to the Bahrain International Circuit, and any moment now our drivers will take to the track and the Bahrain Grand Prix can begin. We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Norris, Antonelli, Verstappen, Sainz, and Fernando Alonso, Hadjar, Stroll, Alex Albon, and Lawson, Hülkenberg, Bortoleto, Pierre Gasly, and Esteban Ocon, Behrman, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y, or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
So now we go to Bahrain, a night race, and to brighten up the visuals, we've brought Genesis Magma to the front. Again, teamwear looking on point. We start from P10 and we are racing as George Russell in this one. We've got a Volkswagen next to us and then the Fast Boys in front. This one should be fun as well. Let's check it out. Oh boy, look at this. Whew. Right, let's get to it. Visually stunning. Absolutely stunning. What's not stunning is my race start. I'm going to try and fire back here down the inside. Just reclaim these positions. The level of colour is insane. Agile, Albon, side by side. Let's try and get involved here. We're going to just hang back a little bit. We're going to set up the switchback. Out turn 4. We get one of the 2 cars. I'll take that. As we plunge downhill towards turn 8. Oh, careful. Thought about the dive for a bit there, but we'll play the fun way. Ooh, that was a big dive. That was... Oof. Hello, Max. Good to see you, mate. That was almost a very abrupt meeting with Max Verstappen's rear wing. Luckily, we didn't have any contact. This car looks insane with the Continental tyres, by the way. I love how it looks. But yeah, this car looks banging under the night sky. It's really, really nice. I wish I could run path tracing because the game looks insane in night conditions and it would make this mod look even better. But I can't quite run that. Either way, in terms of racing action, knocking on the door, of course, of the man we just raced as, Max Verstappen, and we've got the run. Let's go for it.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
Max with a bit of a late move, but we get past and get ahead. Into the top 6 we go. Just about managed to get DRS off the back of Lando's. That's huge. Verstappen has a look. I'm trying to not use battery. Going to brake late to outbrake Verstappen and stay ahead. Right, now let's get on the recharge for a bit and close in on these guys ahead who are battling. P1 seems to have a reasonable gap. That looks like one of the McLarens. If Norris is here, then that's got to be Carlos Sainz leading the way. So Carlos cooking away. Back in the McLaren colours again. Right, all good then. We've managed to fend off the pressure from Max and we're now a bit more comfortable. So let's see if we can try and just get a bit closer to these guys because I expect them to battle as well. Sainz is still running a good gap there, but that Ferrari's starting to get away. Looks like if that's Antonelli, that's got to be Leclerc in P2, so he's looking to get a gap, and we're all kind of bunching up here, and it's all kind of having a bit of a concertina effect, where we're all merging. I don't have a ton of battery here. Sainz goes purple. We take it away, albeit with a lot of battery being used on that one. I'm going to try and lift a little bit here to get a bit of charge back. On to lap 3, Colapinto, Antonelli side by side. We're going to set up turn 1 for the exit. Oh, wow, I was going to go to the outside there, but Norris did not want me going for that move instead. We'll go down the inside. Careful, careful. 2 for 1. Colapinto for 3. Still there. There we go. Ooh, lovely little double move. Beautifully managed. And suddenly we're behind the 2 Ferraris on the cusp of a podium. For this one, the win's looking a bit more complex. Carlos has a massive lead for just a 5-lap race, so I think we may have to settle for a 3rd, maybe a 2nd if we can manage it well enough. For now, then let's try and get some charge back up on the battery. We did get a warning, by the way. Trying to pass Norris around the outside, heading up towards turn 4, so don't really want to get any more warnings, especially not in a 3-lap race. So nice and clean and tidy for the remainder of this one. We're going to use DRS down the pit straight to close in on Kimi. We're not going to pass him, or at least that's not my intention. Unless we get a brilliant run, then I guess we'll have to. But there is a detection point at the braking zone of turn 1, so let's try and manage. I think we're going to be okay here. Yeah, we might be able to get him out of turn 3. When we do make this move, we need to really try and commit and get the launch onto Leclerc. To be fair, Antonelli got a really good exit there, so I'm not even going to try too hard. We'll just keep on charging for now, and we'll prepare a better move. Oh, all of us struggling there through turn 4 as we passed Ryanair signs. Imagine seeing Ryanair F1 going from Qatar Airways or previously Fly Emirates to Ryanair. That'd be insane if that ever did happen. Right, we're getting our battery up now. This is good. We're under no pressure from behind. So this is looking pretty decent. I think this time we are going to go on the pit straight. We're going to try and close in here in this DRS zone just to make sure we're right there. And then we can make the move on the home stretch. When RS moves up on Colapinto, that's going to cost them some critical time. Heading onto the last lap and takes all the pressure off the back of us so we can focus entirely on Antonelli here. Right, here we go. I don't have as much pace in this Genesis car, probably not as quick as the T-Mobile Mercedes, but we're here, we've arrived, and we've got a chance to move up and move past Antonelli. Right, no more battery. We're going to just trust the DRS. Detection point, turn 1 braking zone. Struggling to close in on the Ferrari here. We go around the outside. Antonelli fights, but outside has more momentum, and we get the DRS. And that is us into 8th and into the podium spots. He tries to re-challenge, but no way through, and that is a clean move from George Russell. And we're going to bring home hopefully a P3 plus fastest lap combo. Now though, let's try and push on. Create a bit of separation with Antonelli and potentially just try and close in on Russell a little bit, even though we're not going to be passing him. Sainz, by the way, 5.5 up the road in a 3-lap race. That is unreal. What a performance. Very quick pace from him. That field is very, very compressed behind, to be fair, Colapinto. But we're safe and sound. We survived that DRS zone. Antonelli, no threat through there. Just got to make sure we make no mistakes. This straight is going to be his last chance to move up and get by. That was a lovely turn 13, I believe. Using the last bit of the battery. And there we go. Sainz will win in the McLaren. And we're going to bring home a podium with George Russell. Sainz takes away the fastest lap. But that is the race. GG's.
And it's the checkered flag for your Grand Prix race winner, Oscar Piastri.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
And it's time for that special moment for our special 3 today. The podium awaits our top 3 finishers. And your winner today, the man from down under. Congratulations, Oscar Piastri.
And there we go, race 2 complete. There is your final finishing order again. The audios, you could tell that was Alonso as the Russell kind of clone. But look at that McLaren suit, man. I love the way the Santander logo blends in. It just looks so nice. Either way, yeah guys, that was a preview of the Formula Fantasy mod, which has been released. And I'm sure we'll be getting plenty and many and really nice productive updates throughout. And I can't wait. Again, we saw before the Formula Junior as well. That's coming soon. So yeah, this mod could be one that potentially keeps us covered over the winter. And one that I want to know if you guys want to see a career mode on, because this is really exciting and I really am looking forward to this one. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Let's try and smash 1,000 likes. Subscribe for more. Down below, you're going to have Venturi Studios linked, who made this entire mod. So go over there, guys. Follow them, support them, and download the mod if you have PC, of course, on F125 or F125 on PC, more like. And yeah, cheers for watching. As always, a massive shout out to my channel members. Check out the 2 videos on screen. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and let's go back from me. Ciao, ciao.